Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another week in GTA Online. This week, the Draugur is available for a small price of $1.8 million. There's also a trade price available, but at this current moment in time, I don't actually see how you can unlock it, but when I find out, I'll be sure to report on it on the YouTube channel. Also, apparently you can get some exclusive clothing for purchasing the vehicle, which I would assume is going to be this week. On top of that, the Perico races are now available. If you want to see some footage of that, keep an eye on the video. I will show you some footage of one of those races very soon. There's a total of 8 new races, and as you might expect, there's also double cash NRP on them. They're 8-player races, which does make sense, and there's a few interesting things that are with them. There's a different winning screen, as well as the fact that they implemented the same thing as they have with the RC and open wheel races, where you start a race even if you are in contact races, that you have a bit of a facing phase where you don't crash into everyone and everyone is in non-contact, which is very nice, and I truly wish they would just implement that across the board, because honestly it would go such a long way in making all the races so much more clean and interesting for those players who play in public races. In terms of other double cash and NRP stuff, I don't particularly see anything at this moment in time. If that happens to change, I'll let you know in the pinned comment down below. So if you want my advice on making some money this week, honestly, there is really only one thing double, and I kind of encourage everyone to always check out new content and see how they like it, especially with the Perico races. They seem to be quite varied with between land, sea, and air, which is nice, so I can't really pass judgment on them just yet. I'm gonna check them out on my live stream tonight at 7 PM UK, so follow me there. We'll check it out together and have a good time. Yes. Discounts this week: there's 50% off special cargo and source cargo cost, 40% off bunkers, 30% off special cargo warehouses, 50% off the silk pajamas, ropes, and smoke jackets, 30% off throwables and ammo, and also special ammo, 60% off the Commandazade, 50% off the Defiler, 811 and Super Diamonds, 40% off the Brigade, Cognoscenti, FMJ, the Imperator and Windsor Drop, and finally 30% off the Italian GTB, Penetrator, and T20. And for this time, it's the same as it has been for the last few weeks: $125,000 for just simply logging into the game. So if you're not familiar with that just yet, check out the eye in the top right of your screen for more information. And if you already have Twitch Prime and you're not using it on Twitch just yet, feel free to consider me by clicking the link in the description down below. And if you want my personal advice on discounts this week, there's quite a few things that could definitely be worth picking up. First and foremost, the bunker. The bunker is an excellent way of making money in the background as you're doing other things. Especially if you're a newer player, this is definitely a very great way of just playing whatever you kind of feel like and still making money while you're doing so. Obviously, the upgrades are going to be a bit of a necessity, so either you can decide to invest in them straight away, or you can wait until they do go on discount as well. It happens every so often. It might take you a few weeks, or you can just decide to cough up the money after you've done a few sales with your bunker. 30% off special cargo warehouses could be something worth investing into if you're a newer player and you never really played any of these. Having said that, with the special cargo and source cost of them being 50% off, it could be more interesting to look into filling up some of your special cargo warehouses if you haven't done it for a while. It in the end will make you a little bit more money. Really, the best way to go about it with special cargo warehouses is filling them up and then waiting until a double cash event happens, especially if you haven't sold yours just yet and you can still use the first time bonus. You might be in for a very large payday when that rolls around. In terms of vehicles, there are a few options that I would suggest you picking up. The T20 is not one of the fastest cars in the game just yet, but it's still a lot of fun to drive, and the same kind of goes for the FMJ. But aside from that, it kind of comes down to your personal preference, or if you're just looking for something cheap and fun to drive around the map. Time trial this week is Grove Street. The RC time trial this week is Little Soil Park, and for both of those, obviously $100,000 up for grabs if you manage to beat them. And for those folks on the PS5 and Xbox Series X and S, the HSW time trial this week is Textile City, which will give you a cool $250,000 for completing a very easy time trial. If you need some help with them or know what the route is going to be, check out the eye in the top right of your screen for a playlist with all the time trials. But with all that said and all that done, that was it for this one. Thank you so very much for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed, subscribe for more, and if you really like what you see on the channel, make sure to become a member like Chloe and KFC Chicken. Thank you again for watching, and I'll see you all later.